Now, it's time to listen with your eyes. Hello and welcome. My name is Bobby Tequila, and I am the host here for our newly created Tier 1 CastPod. Yes, that's right. With this invite, you can drop by with only your trousers on and listen to our poetic words with your very own eyes and see what all the hoopla about. For sure, everyone will be in for a good old time. For starters, I would like to bring to your attention that creating a audio file world where our core to stay true to our Tier 1 missions took many a night of brainstorming. I wanted a audio file world that was interactive for the creator on the go and at the same time accessible to listeners on all levels. It was in the Anchor app, a audiophile world platform hosting podcasts that I invested in, and in time any recordings I upload will be distributed by them to the mainstream social medias. This made sense to me. Okay. Check this out. The Tier 1 CastPod has landed. And with every episode, here is a word from our sponsors. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Right now, download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. Now for our missions at Tier 1. If anyone knows my workflows over the years, you will know that Tier 1 is about promos and advertising content creators under the Patreon banner. In a joint effort collaboration, Tier 1 working with the patrons and vice versa, a free digital publication is created for all the world to see. Our Tier 1 services also include sharing content, tagging patrons, creating custom MP4s, creating IGTVs and stories, and so much more dedicated to promoting and connecting our patrons into our social medias. Plus, when the going gets tough, Tier 1 still makes strides to design the patrons into the monthly Tier 1 magazine that uploads into the issue.com platform for digital access. At the end of the day, it's about bringing the viewers to our patrons and getting the patrons seen. It is in this next step of our Tier 1 missions that has me taking even deeper breaths than ever before. You see, starting a podcast was always just an idea in the back of my mind, but an easy path to get started was never really offered to me. I debated the thought of it every single day, but I didn't know having audio files that complemented the visuals that I already created would be a great, fantastic idea for the Tier 1 world in general. I knew that most staff creating a podcast is where I needed to go. see, in this world, where patrons will be mentioned on any given recording, they all have a great opportunity to grow their Patreon account from this creative podcast. In other recordings, Tier 1 can also highlight crowdfunding news related to the content creators, or we can bring our listeners some tips and tricks that Tier 1 picked up along the way. Also, Tier 1 can uplift articles from our magazine and present the pros in a voice recording for our listeners. At the end of the day, the Tier 1 CastPod will be our new vehicle to get our message out to the world. And if we can change the world together, the better. On a final note, for new listeners, new followers, subscribers, creators, supporters, and patrons, with any form of action that you can allow to reinforce the Tier 1 mission, I know it would be appreciated by everyone involved. We also have a Patreon account if you feel that your creation is to be part of our magazine. Also, as you're reading this prose or listening to it, let it be known that these words is an audio file for our first intro upload for the newly created Tier 1 podcast. Or should I say, Tier 1 CastPod. In the coming links below, these are the places where you can make a connection with us and show your support. Thank you. Become a patron today, and I hope to see you soon on the next episode. Tier 1 Magazine, Patreon /Tier 1 Magazine. If you want to contact us on our monthly digital magazine, you can go to issue.com /Bobby Tequila. Reach us on our Twitter. Here are our tweets. Twitter.com /Tier 1 Magazine. And our Instagram, of course, where we're always uploading custom IGTVs. You can see us at instagram.com /Tier 1 Magazine. Thank you.